awesome artists. Welcome to this week's segment of OMG Origami. Before we start on today's origami, I wanted to share with you some work that I've gotten from other students. So last week we made origami balloons, and I've had several people send me pictures of what their balloons look like. So first I have Emma, and she made 2 different balloons. And as you can see, she even drew a rainbow on one of her balloons that she made. Great job, Emma. And then we have Alex's balloon. Now, I really like his. He made a pattern on his balloon. Great work, Alex. And finally, this one might be my favorite, and I'll tell you why. First of all, this is Ethan's work, and he not only made balloons, but he turned them into little mice. And the best part is he turned them into mice to make a cat toy for his cat. Isn't that the cutest thing you ever saw? Ethan, this is awesome. Good work. So last week we made balloons, so I thought we'd do something a little different this week. We are going to make frogs, but these are cool frogs because they actually jump. So our finished frogs are going to look something like this. It's not a really complicated origami. I made 2. I made a larger one and a smaller one. And the way you make them jump is you hold down, and when you let go, it jumps up. Did you see that? Pretty cool. See if I can get it to jump at you. Well, are you ready to go? You're going to need a few things. You're going to need a piece of paper and a pair of scissors. And if you'd like to decorate your origami frog, you need to get either crayons, colored pencils, or markers, something to color with. Okay, so go grab your supplies and I'll meet you back in just a minute. All right, awesome artists. Here I have my supply set up. I have 2 different sizes of paper. I made this with a full-size sheet of construction paper, and it makes a really large frog. And then I made this guy by taking a sheet of construction paper and cutting it. I folded it in half and then cut off one side. Now, just like with most other origami pieces, we need to start with a square. But before that, I want to color one side of my white paper that I have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick stripe pattern of green. So I like to color one side if I'm using white paper because then it makes it easier to tell which side is the front and which side is the back if one side is colored and one isn't. Now, if you just want to use plain white paper, you can do that, or if you want to use green construction paper, you can do that. I just like to do something real quick. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do some stripes of different greens. So that's what I'm going to do here. And I think that's about as far as I need to go. Okay. And now I'm going to do a darker green in between. So it's going to look like I have a green striped frog. Now, you don't have to do your frog green. You could have a frog like a dart frog that's found in rainforests. It could be blue or pink or red, or even you could do your own special frog that maybe is a rainbow or has polka dots or swirls or whatever you would like. I'm just doing this real quick because it's fast and easy. All right, so one more stripe and we should be good to go. All right, there we go. Now, I'm going to flip that over so my coloring is on the back, and I'm going to fold from the top corner to the side, okay? And I want to try to get this as straight as possible so that I get a nice, even square. All right, so I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to cut off this piece. Remember, if your square is a little, the edge of it here is a little uneven, that's totally okay. It'll still be fine. All right, so I'm going to open that up, and there I have my perfect square. Now, if you're doing a half sheet, you do exactly the same thing. You would fold down the corner to turn your rectangle into a triangle, and then just cut off that extra piece. Just like that. See? Doesn't matter which side you use as long as you have a square. So I'm going to put my little square away because I want to show you on my big square. All right. I'm going to flip it over so that my decoration is on the back. And I'm going to start by folding. I'm going to do 2 folds to make guidelines. I'm going to fold the top down to the bottom. So I'm just going to fold. I want to make sure I line up my sides. I want them to be as straight as possible. And I'm going to get a nice crisp fold. Okay. Then I'm going to open it up and I'm going to turn it. So now I'm going to do that again. I'm going to fold the top to the bottom. Now because I turned that a quarter turn, this is a different fold line. So when you're done with this, when you open it up, you should have 2 lines that separate the paper in half vertically and horizontally. Okay? Now we're going to fold our paper in half, just like this. Okay? Nope, that's not right. So with it open like this, I'm going to turn it so the corner is up at the top, and I'm going to fold this corner down to the center fold line. Just like that. I'm going to do it again on the other side. Now I'm only going to do this on the top 2 flaps. Okay, so there I have 2 flaps done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece from the bottom and I'm going to fold it up to meet that halfway point. Just like that. Okay, then from there I'm going to turn it just so I can fold it a little more easily, and I'm going to fold this. I'm going to fold it so that it meets that middle line. So I'm going to fold it in half to the middle and then crease it really good. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to fold this side into meet at the center. Just like that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is this fold line here, I'm going to fold that up. Okay. And then I'm going to fold that top. I'm going to fold it back down to meet the bottom edge. Just like it. That's it. That's all we do. And when we flip it over, see, we have our frog. Now, if you want, you can use, I have my quick sticks here. These are kind of like a glue stick, but instead of glue, they're paint. So I'm going to use the white, and I'm going to make 2 white circles, and those are going to be my eyes. Now, if you don't have quick sticks, you can totally do this. Same thing at home with a white crayon. Okay, and then I'm going to use a Sharpie. I'm going to outline my circle that I just drew in white. And I'm going to give them 2 little pupils. So there I have a frog, and I can give him a couple of little nostrils. All right, so now let's see if our frog will jump. Oh no, he doesn't want to jump. You know what I think it is? I think it's because this isn't as stiff of a paper as the construction paper. The construction paper really stays nice and stiff. So then when I do it, I can pull down, and then when I let go, see, he jumps really well. Let's see how far I can get him to go. Yeah! Oh, he lands on his head. Yay! Well, there you have it, an origami frog. I figured out how to get him to jump. You kind of got to flick him a little bit. Like, instead of like pulling and letting go, you just kind of fast, like tap it. So I hope you have fun making your own frog. Remember, if you have a stiff paper like construction paper, it works a lot better to make your frog jump further, but you can accomplish the same thing with notebook paper as well. I had so much fun with you today. I hope you guys have a great week, and I can't wait to see what you make out of OMG Origami. Have a great week, artists. Bye.